Alright, so when we talk about how successful entrepreneurs think, it's like they see the world differently from most people. It's not just about having a smart idea or working hard. It's more about how they approach challenges, opportunities, and even their failures. One big thing is they always think long-term. They don't just focus on what's happening right now. They're always looking ahead, imagining where they want their business or idea to be in 5 or 10 years. But here's the key. They don't just dream about it. They plan out the steps to make it happen. A lot of people might have good ideas, but entrepreneurs actually figure out the path to make those ideas real. Another thing is their problem-solving mindset. When something goes wrong, they don't panic or give up. It's like they see problems as puzzles to solve. Think about hitting a roadblock while driving. Most people would stop or turn back. Entrepreneurial, they figure out how to go around, over, or even build a new road. For them, problems are just chances to find new solutions. A really important thing is how they deal with failure. Most people hate failing, but successful entrepreneurs actually embrace it. They take risks, even if it means they might fail, because they see failure as a way to learn. Every time they fail, they get a little smarter, and they use that experience to improve. It's like each failure is a step closer to success. Then there's their focus. They know exactly what they want to achieve, and they don't get distracted easily. Even when new opportunities come up, if they don't align with their big goals, they'll say no and keep going. That's how they keep moving forward, even when things get tough or when others might lose motivation. One more thing, they're always learning. Successful entrepreneurs never stop learning, whether it's from books, mentors, or their own mistakes. They know they don't know everything, and that's why they're always trying to improve. It's like they have this deep curiosity and drive to keep getting better. When it comes to making decisions, they're pretty quick. They don't spend forever thinking things over. Why? Because they trust their instincts and they know that waiting too long can make them miss out on good opportunities. But they don't just rely on their gut. They also look at facts, data, and feedback to help guide their choices. One thing that's super important is their emotional strength. Being an entrepreneur can be a roller coaster. One day, everything's going great. The next day, it feels like everything's falling apart. But successful entrepreneurs don't let the stress get to them. They've learned how to stay calm under pressure and not take setbacks too personally. They're also really good at adapting. If something isn't working, they're not afraid to change direction. They don't stick to one plan just because they started with it. They'll pivot and adjust based on new information or challenges. Being flexible helps them survive in a constantly changing environment. Lastly, they have this strong belief in themselves and what they're doing. Even when others don't understand their vision or think they're crazy, they keep pushing forward. They're willing to take risks, be misunderstood, and even be criticized because they believe their idea is worth it. Does that make sense? The mindset of a successful entrepreneur is all about thinking long-term, solving problems, embracing failure, staying focused, learning constantly, making quick decisions, handling stress, being adaptable, and believing in their vision. It's a powerful way to approach the world, and it's what keeps them moving forward when others might give up. If you want to think like a successful entrepreneur, it's really about changing how you approach things. It's not something that happens overnight, but you can definitely build these habits over time. Let's break it down step by step. Think long-term. When you want to think like an entrepreneur, you have to start focusing on the bigger picture. It's like imagining where you want to be in the future, maybe in 5 or 10 years. Entrepreneurs don't just dream, though. They break that vision into smaller goals and work toward them every day. It's like building a house. You need to know what the final house will look like, but you also need to lay the foundation, brick by brick, to get there. So, ask yourself, where do I want to be? And what can I do today to move closer to that goal? Become a problem solver. This one is huge. Problems are going to come up. It's inevitable. But instead of seeing them as roadblocks, start thinking of them as puzzles. Entrepreneurs love solving problems because each problem is an opportunity to improve something. Imagine you're stuck in traffic. Some people might just sit there frustrated, but an entrepreneur will think, how can I avoid this next time? Is there a shortcut or a different time I can travel? It's about constantly finding better ways to deal with challenges. Embrace failure. This can feel scary, but it's crucial. Entrepreneurs don't fear failure. They see it as a stepping stone. Every time something doesn't work out, it's like getting feedback. They'll say, okay, what can I learn from this? And then use that knowledge to do better next time. Think about it like riding a bike. You're going to fall a few times before you get the hang of it. But each fall teaches you what to do differently. So, instead of being afraid of failing, look at it as a learning process. Stay focused on your goals. It's easy to get distracted by new ideas or opportunities, but successful entrepreneurs have a laser focus on what really matters. They're clear about their goals and make decisions based on those goals. Let's say you're working on a project, and someone offers you a side opportunity that seems exciting but doesn't fit your bigger vision. You have to be okay with saying no to keep your momentum. Think of it like a marathon. You don't stop to look at every interesting thing on the side. You keep running toward the finish line. Never stop learning. Entrepreneurs are always learning. They don't assume they know it all. They're curious and open to new information. Whether it's reading books, listening to podcasts, or learning from their mistakes, they're constantly adding new skills and knowledge. Imagine your mind like a garden. The more you water it with new ideas, the more it grows. This is why successful entrepreneurs stay ahead. They're always one step ahead because they're always learning. Make quick, informed decisions. Entrepreneurs don't waste time overthinking. They gather the information they need, trust their instincts, and make decisions quickly. But they don't make blind decisions. They look at the data, consider the risks, and then move forward. If it doesn't work out, they adjust. It's like being a captain of a ship. Sometimes, you don't have time to wait for perfect conditions. You steer the ship based on what you know and correct the course if needed. Handle stress well. Being an entrepreneur can be stressful. There are highs and lows, but the key is learning how to manage that stress. Successful entrepreneurs don't let setbacks ruin their focus. They've built emotional resilience, which means they stay calm under pressure. It's kind of like being in a storm. Some people panic and lose control, but entrepreneurs have learned to keep steering the ship, knowing the storm will pass. Finding ways to relax, like exercising or meditating, can help you manage stress better. Be adaptable. Things don't always go as planned. Entrepreneurs are good at adjusting when something isn't working. They don't get stuck on one idea or one way of doing things. Instead, they pivot when they need to. Imagine you're cooking and you run out of an ingredient. Instead of giving up, you find a substitute and keep going. That's how entrepreneurs think. They adapt to whatever comes their way, making changes when necessary to keep moving forward. Believe in yourself and your vision. This might be the most important point. Entrepreneurs have a deep belief in their vision, even when others don't see it. They're willing to take risks, face criticism, and stand by their ideas because they know they're on the right path. It's like planting a seed. You believe it will grow, even if others don't understand why you're watering what looks like empty dirt. That belief keeps you going, even when things get tough. If you don't believe in your idea, no one else will. Take calculated risks. Entrepreneurs take risks, but they're not reckless. They understand that risk is part of the game, but they make sure the risk is worth it. It's like playing poker. Before going all in, you study the cards, assess your chances, and then decide. You're not just guessing. Entrepreneurs gather as much information as possible and then take risks that have the potential for big rewards. The idea is to step out of your comfort zone, but with a plan, not blindly. Stay resilient. Entrepreneurs are resilient. No matter how many times they fall, they get back up. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't go your way, but entrepreneurs keep going even when they hit roadblocks. It's like running a race. You might trip and fall, but you stand up, dust yourself off, and keep running. This resilience helps them push through challenges, even when things get tough. They know success doesn't come overnight, and they're willing to put in the work and time. Think outside the box. Entrepreneurs don't just follow the crowd. They think differently. They ask questions like, why are things done this way? Or how can I do it better? It's about being creative and coming up with new solutions. Imagine you're trying to open a door and it's locked. Instead of giving up, an entrepreneur might look for another way in a window, maybe, or even thinking of a new way to build a door. Thinking outside the box means looking at things from different angles and being open to unconventional ideas. Build a strong network. Entrepreneurs know that they can't do everything alone. They build strong networks of people who can support them, give advice, or help them grow their business. It's not just about knowing people. It's about having the right people around you. Think of it like being on a sports team. Everyone has a role to play, and when you have a good team, you're much more likely to win. Surround yourself with mentors, peers, and even competitors who challenge you to be better. Stay passionate. Passion is what fuels entrepreneurs. They don't just do things for money. They do things because they care deeply about them. This passion keeps them going through hard times. Imagine working on something you love, like a hobby or a project that excites you. When you're passionate about something, it doesn't feel like work. It feels like something you want to do, even when it's hard. Passion gives you energy and helps you overcome obstacles. Focus on value creation. Successful entrepreneurs focus on creating value for others, not just making money. They think about how their product or service can solve a problem or improve someone's life. It's like starting a business, not just to sell a product, but to help people in some way. When you focus on giving value, people trust and support you more. It's like building something that people genuinely need rather than just trying to sell something for profit. So, does this give you a clearer picture? Thinking like an entrepreneur is not just about making money. It's about taking smart risks, staying strong through challenges, thinking creatively, building good relationships, being passionate, and always focusing on how you can provide value to others. Each of these points helps you develop the right mindset for long-term success. If this video helps you to learn something, then don't forget to like and subscribe to the latest videos. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.